warning, this is a spoiler review, okay? Hence, I'm going to put in the title spoilers. Okay, guys? Don't come crying back to me that, oh, why'd you spoil this, why'd you spoil that? No, I have a separate review for this film. Go see that. When you see the movie, come back to the spoilers review. Okay, guys? Okay, let's do this. Suicide Squad. Spoilers movie review. You know how my spoilers, guys, how it works. I don't spoil everything detail by detail. I just, in this video, I'm not going to be restrained. I am allowed to say whatever I want, how I say it. I can echo stuff that I want. If, seeing it again, makes me rethink some stuff, I can, upgrade the grade if I want, or I can lower it, stuff like that. These spoilers reviews gives me the opportunity to give it a second chance, see if some stuff are the same, some stuff I might think are a little bit different, guys. So I've seen this movie again, and I just want to talk about spoilers with it. So where am I going to start? Let me see. The best parts of this film, like I said, are the characters, okay? You get the most with Deadshot, okay? You see his background on how he, is this person who is like an assassin or just goes, kills people for money, and it's like a mercenary. And we see a little bit of his job with the beginning and seeing how his character is. And then they explain a little bit how, he has no feelings for this, doesn't regret it, it's part of his job. But then one weakness of his is his daughter. And it was great. I love seeing that little scene they had. The daughter did not have the best acting in the world, but what Will Smith was given with her, the scene worked so well. And, I wanted to see a full-length film with that, seeing how Deadshot's, life works in a film and what goes on with this villain, and seeing Batman, make an appearance right there and arresting him being the one taking him to where Amanda Waller wanted him. And that was just so good scene. That was one of my favorite scenes of the film. And I wanted to see 2 hour with Deadshot and Batman. See how that would work. Would they have to team up a little bit, or would he be the full villain and this would be a Batman movie? I don't know how, but that little clip right there we got, I want to see more of that. And then we also get, the second person that gets the most here is Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, who, with her backstory, we need a little bit of the Joker, and it shows how she was a therapist before, kind of resembles in the comics, and then how, she kind of got seduced, or she fell in love with the Joker now. And I love seeing the relationship. That relationship worked so well, It kind of reminded me a little bit of Deadpool, how one's crazy matches with the others, and I just felt that with here Joker and Harley Quinn. I wanted to see another film of that, see how they would work. Maybe throw in Batman too, because Batman appears in this too, You could have 2 Batman movies right here as backstories for people. This could have worked as maybe solo Batman films. Why they choose it to make it like this, I don't know. But it was good. It's just, for these backstories, I wanted to see more for the film. And you see her transformation to what she is known as Harley Quinn. And then with that, the Joker, who doesn't appear a lot in the film, sadly. But one of my favorite things, and this could be subjective, I understand why some people might like it or hate it. I freaking love the Joker. I love this interpretation. He's not my favorite, but I love the mobster element that he gave. And he was, different, but also he was grabbing a little bit of inspiration from the other Jokers. But Jared Leto managed to make his own Joker. He managed to make something like what Jack Nicholson did. Cesar Romero, Mark Hamill, Heath Ledger. He did the same thing as well. And for me, I have not been disappointed with the Joker character, at least. I'm so happy right now with the DC Extended Universe, how they portrayed Batman and Joker. I'm glad that, in my opinion, since I love these 2 characters so much, my favorites of the DC Universe, they're treated, in my opinion, so well. And like I said, this is my opinion. You guys can disagree, but this is what I think. And I want to see more, though. I love his little interaction with that, comedian that we've seen in Seth Rogen movies. I love seeing him appear in that, flashback scene with Harley where she jumps in and then he wants to leave her, but then he starts, you can tell he starts getting feelings for her, so he jumps in with him too. That little scene was so artistically made, visually, it's so good. That was a good scene. I don't know if it needed to be in the film, but it was still a good scene. And the Joker, I really wish he was the bad guy. When he showed up at the end in that helicopter, I was like, make this something like the climax. I'm excited. Let's see them kick ass. But then he's gone, and we have to make way for Enchantress, Oh my God, is with you know what DC has with villains. This is one of the worst you've seen in a film. I just cannot get behind her. I just wish the villain somehow didn't have to be the greatest, but couldn't you make it somehow where it made sense for the Suicide Squad to go out with this person? I don't know. I feel like they tried, but for me, it didn't. It didn't land well. And then the other characters in these films, you know, these guys take the backseat to these main three: um, Deadshot, Harley Quinn, and Joker. But they're great too. Rick Flag was good. Joel Kinnaman is not the greatest actor, but he's good with what he's given. I feel like Tom Hardy, being a better actor, could have sold it much better. But who knows? Scheduling confidence with The Revenant. I don't know if he just thought the script wasn't good for him and he left. Who knows what went behind the scenes. But Joel Kinnaman did a good job with what he could. Jai Courtney was one of my favorites. He wasn't in it a lot. He's not a good actor too, but he killed it as Captain Boomerang. I loved, how his, witty was, how his sense of humor worked, and I feel like, I would have done those same exact things, like had the common sense, point stuff out, One of my favorite scenes, like what I said was, when they said you can all leave now, and he books it, I'm like, I would have booked it too, if I had the opportunity to leave. And that was one of my favorite parts of the film. It had me laughing my ass off. So his character, for the little time he's given, he was good. Just pointing out the obvious stuff and the realistic, situations. Diablo, surprisingly, I thought he would have been just brushed over. He had a lot of backstory. He really contributed. He was really like the important thing of the Suicide Squad, and I was impressed with what he was given. He's given a backstory where you don't know if you want to root for him or not, and it really dealt good with his conflict. I felt like his conflict, though, to use the fire, when he was provoked, should have been much handled better than what it was given. But yeah, he was a surprise. Katana, she doesn't give a lot of screen time, but she kicks ass and she's stunning to look at. I love seeing her too. There's an incredible scene with her. Her backstory. This takes place like in Japan or something. That was so good with the neon colors. I want to see what that scene would fit in a film. Just want to see more of her, like her that scene, seeing how her film could be, maybe like some kind of martial arts film. I'm interested in Killer Croc. Not a lot of dialogue. Kind of felt like some kind of like Groot for this cinematic universe. But Killer Croc, for what he was given, was a badass. Some people might complain how his look was, but just given what we were, handed, just that alone, he was a badass. He was funny. He was likable. Just even though he's all intimidating, he looks scary. Inside, he's just like a nice guy, and he embraces who he is. I like that scene. He says, "No, I'm beautiful," something like that. That was funny for me. I like that he could just embrace, what others can't see, but he doesn't give a crap. He only what he cares about, he embraces, and he was good with that. So honestly, yeah, guys, the music, each person was given an intro for the film. It fit well. I understood why the music was there. I just feel like, we need to cut back a little bit more on the music or separate it more. It's just, we didn't need one song after the other. And yeah, the tone of the film, just how like it starts, how it ends with the colorful lights, I liked it all. It's just, it felt like after also, listening to like other people, I felt like, they had a good film. It's just, they needed to make it more brighter. And I feel like they were coloring in stuff to make it seem fun. And it was still a fun movie. It's just, I feel like they were trying more. And it felt obvious to me, and I wasn't sure just like what to think of that. You can just tell with the marketing of the posters. Like, we had this poster first as like one of the theoretical posters, but then they released that new one with the splatter paint look like if it was like a comic book type of poster, and I like that one, but I prefer this one. And I was just like, yeah, you can tell the marketing department was treating this like they're just trying to make it more fun, and I wasn't sure about that. And I don't know, it just, every time I think of it more, I feel like there's like plot holes could have been done. I'm not sure. I think about it more, and it just like makes me question really how good of a film is. I don't hate the movie. It's not Fantastic Four dog shit bad or anything like that. It's just, DC had it. They had it. The originality was there for the first two acts. This wasn't a one act, two act thing like Fantastic Four. There was three acts in this film, and they had it. But the third act just felt like what I've seen again. I don't know why DC feels like to have this end of the world situation for 3 straight movies now. I would have loved it if they probably at least dealt with Enchantress, or what I prefer, Joker. Just have it in like some quiet location, just made it against them, you know, and then it could be something that could be, you know, put to like top secret into like in the U.S. agents files and keep that under wraps or something. Make it seem something like that. I would have been intrigued with it. More than half of the film I enjoyed. It's just there's just some things I feel like, you know, could have been done better and just give it more time. It did feel a little bit rushed, and the story's not great, but it doesn't need to be. Because yeah, there are other movies that the story's not perfect, but you love the characters. You love how it, you know, how you know deal with them, and this one could have had something like that, but it just fell a little bit at the end. But overall, I still think Suicide Squad, in my opinion, is the same grade I give it in the last review. Is a B. It's a solid B. It deserves that. It's just, yeah, a little bit things that could have been changed, and this could have been, to me, bump it up to like an A. It could have been an A minus. It was almost there. Yeah, I'm speaking in terms of grading because some people just want to know about the grading system. But if you know, look at the film, just if there would have been things that would have been tweaked a little bit for me, I would have loved this film. I still had a fun time with the film. It's just overall, just like the expectation I have could have been so much better. But yes, guys, those are my thoughts on the Suicide Squad spoilers movie review. Let me know, guys, what you thought about the film. Feel free to spoil anything. The comment section in the bottom for this video is spoiler heavy. You guys can do whatever. It's an open feel for this. Let me know, guys, if you guys grew to love it more or grew to dislike it more as you watched it more times, the movie. If you know you still love the film a lot, tell me your favorite scenes. Tell me the ones you didn't like that didn't work so well. You know, all this in the comments below, guys. I still love the movie. It's still fun. It's just there was an opportunity to be so great. Seriously, this could have been DC Extended Universe's best film. I still want to see more of this tone for the DC future movies. I loved how this one had still the drama of MOS and BBS, but threw in that comedic element where, you know, it didn't overshadow the drama. It's just, you know, if you don't make it still drama heavy, make it. It's fine. I'm okay with that. I love it. I love BBS for that. But yeah, throw in more comedy than usual. Try to make it like 60-70% drama and like 40% comedy. That would be good for me. Something like that. So I hope future DC movies adapt to the style of this film. You know, because that was a glimpse of something I saw here that I love so much that, you know, I feel like future DC movies will make use of it and even make it better. So yes, guys, like I said, leave all this in the comments below. You know, guys, instead of getting mad, you know, think this out through. Remember, every opinion is subjective. And just defend your reason why you liked it, okay? It's okay, you know. And that's all I have to say for right now. Roll on Empire. You guys know, as always, laugh, smile, repeat.